Hey cousins, welcome back to the channel. Happy 101 Wednesday. Now, if you've been anywhere on your cell phone on the internet, then you know that there's a lot of stuff going on with Bitcoin. You may not know what Bitcoin is, but you know it's extremely popular and it's all over the news right now. So today I'm going to go over cryptocurrency and kind of explain to you what it is and a little bit of what it's used for. Now, as always, don't forget to like this video, subscribe so that you don't miss out on what's next, comment below, let me know what you think, and share on social media if you think others can get some value from this info. But if you're here, you're interested, so let's get into it. Okay, so what is cryptocurrency? Now, cryptocurrency is a peer-to-peer digital currency system. And what that means is it's money that transfers from person to person electronically, right? It was created and designed to work as a medium of exchange the same way you use like paper money. So buying and selling goods and services. But cryptocurrency does have some added benefits. And on top of the added benefits, most cryptocurrency doesn't exist in physical form, unlike paper money. Cryptocurrency is also not typically issued by a central authority like a bank or government, and that is exactly what makes it so special. And that's exactly why it had such bad press when this whole cryptocurrency movement started. Now, let's not slide by the fact that I just said that it was not issued by a bank. So I know a lot of people are thinking, well, if it's not issued by a bank, how does it have value? But if you're asking that question, you also have to ask that exact same question for the US dollar. Now, the US dollar was taken off of the gold standard by Richard Nixon in 1971. So the US dollar is not backed by anything. Think about that. I know a lot of people are scared of digital currency because it's not backed by anything, and that's not entirely true. There are coins that are backed by some tangible thing that is actually within the universe, you know? Now, cryptocurrency was created as a way for people to do regular financial transactions without relying on banks or government after the 2008 financial crisis happened. Banks and governments are centralized regulatory authorities, and they limit how paper currency and credit cards work. And not only do they limit how they work, they also limit how credit cards and paper money can be used, which is like a huge red flag for me. Who wants money with limits, right? And if you don't understand what those limits are, let me give you just a few examples, okay? So have you ever tried to log into your banking app in the middle of the night and you got that little message telling you that you couldn't log into the app? Well, that's typically because banks play around in the foreign exchange market. Yeah, banks are Forex traders, right? So if they're putting your money in the Forex market, your money is not able to be moved around. Why do you think some banks have, they charge you a penalty if you don't have this amount of money in your savings account, right? Just things like that. If you start to pay attention to all of the little things that your bank says you can't do, or all of the little don'ts and there's a fee for that, if you start paying attention to all of those, you'll recognize that they are actually using your money for other things, okay? So that's just one example. But what about if you try to go to a bank and the system's not working properly? They're not allowing any transactions to go through right now, right? Or I know last week I was at an ATM and I wanted to deposit money into my account so I could buy crypto online, right? But the ATM wasn't accepting any deposits. Weird. I can't put my money in my account, and y'all know what everything is going on. I can't very well just walk into a branch like normal. So that's another example. Or have you ever reached your max transfer limit for the day, or your max withdrawal limit for the day? Or I know a few years back, I was Christmas shopping and I could not check out because my card had been stopped because I had been to so many stores. So I literally had to sit there and call my bank and tell them, like, hey, I'm the one making transactions. Can you turn my card back on? There's money in there I want to use, you know? So there are a few issues with the limits that are put on the funds that you have, okay? And I understand like credit card limits and the limits that are put on there, because that's not really money that you have. It's borrowed money. So you're borrowing money from your future self, which is weird. But I understand credit card limits, but I don't understand limits on my bank account. I really have never understood that. Now, another big problem that I have is the fees that banks charge you to move your money around. And they're literally just changing a couple numbers from one place to another place. Yeah, you see the big Brink security trucks rolling around moving money, right? But in order for me to transfer funds, all they're doing is moving some numbers from one account to another account. And they charge like $25 to do that for different things. So y'all know I'm in Michigan. So I'm a stone's throw away from Canada. If I want to transfer money to Canada, to somebody over there, that's an international transfer for me. And you know, sometimes transferring money, those bank transfers, the fees are like $25. So say my grandmother is over in Canada and she wants me to send her $50 for whatever reason. If the transfer fee is $25, I'm out of $50 I'm sending to Granny. I'm also out of the $25 that it's going to cost me to send my money to Granny. And the bank somehow ends up coming up on an extra $25 that they didn't actually do anything for. Like, I have a problem with that. And then, like, identity theft is such a big thing. I woke up one morning, checked my cards and things like that, and I could see transactions that I didn't make. So I called my card company. And as I was on the phone with them, disputing it, going through like the process that they have you go through, there were more transactions going through on my card. So I literally had to go refresh her screen and say, like, look, now they're getting an oil change, you know, like just weird, stupid stuff like that. So, like, I'm not a fan of banks and government issued funds when there are things available like cryptocurrency that gives you the ability to have the final say in what your money does, where it goes, and how you use it. So at the end of the day, cryptocurrency is used the exact same way that you use regular paper money to buy goods and services, okay? You're giving someone something of value to receive something that is of value to you. So if you haven't already been hearing it, you'll be hearing something about it soon. But so if you guys didn't hear, like, Twitter was hacked. So there were some people who decided that they wanted to hack some high profile users' accounts. Barack Obama, Kanye West, and a few other extremely notable people, right? And what it was people were hacking into these accounts, and then they would send out a message that said, hey, if you send me this amount of crypto, I'll send you double that amount of crypto back. Now, I know some people don't catch on as quick as others, but most people should have understood that that was a scam, right? Who in their right mind is going to have, even if I ask you to send me $1 and I tell you that I'm going to send you $2 back, just know that that might not be me. Because all of those people who sent the money into those hacked accounts or to the addresses that those hacked accounts were publishing, they didn't get anything back. That's back to my original point. That people are freaking out because, like, Bitcoin is not issued by a bank, but with what your bank does with your money, I'm good on the banks, you know? And being scared of cryptocurrency is just being scared of the thing that you don't know. Everybody was scared of the internet when it came out too, but here we are. Can't live without it, right? So now that you know that the US dollar was taken off of the gold standard in 71, it shouldn't really be a big deal, right? Now, that's why decentralization is such a big deal for most of the digital assets that are in the cryptocurrency space. And remember, decentralization is just the process of distributing and dispersing power away from central authorities like banks and governments. Now, don't get me wrong, there are some centralized digital currencies out there like Ripple, and I'm not going to knock Ripple. I actually invested, so I own some of the Ripple assets. Now, another good thing about cryptocurrencies is that most cryptocurrencies use distributed ledger technology in order to achieve some degree of decentralization. So when it's implemented with decentralized controls, each cryptocurrency works through distributed ledger technology, and that serves as a public financial transaction database. It just keeps track of all of the balances and transfers and transactions instead of using like your name or social security number. So when you think about it, like in this example here, here's before DeFi, before the decentralized finance movement. It's a centralized ledger with centralized verification and computation. So what happens if our little guy here poops out? Remember the example about the bank's computers not working, so you can't actually do a transaction when you want to? If there's an emergency and this little dude is not working, what happens to your transaction? Absolutely nothing, because you can't do one. So with blockchain technology, if this guy's not working, then it can go over here, or here, or here, or here. And to keep everybody honest, everybody can see the transaction. So it's distributed ledger with decentralized verification and computation. So it's a lot more beneficial to you because of the instances where computers and things like that go down and fail. Now, the ledger also keeps track of individual coin ownership records, and just movement of coins and things like that. But instead of seeing like your name or social security number all over documents everywhere, you see like this very long alphanumeric code here that identifies you. This is like your unique identifier on that blockchain. So it's a lot more private. You just track you, you know? And because everybody can see it, it has to be verified by a few different people or a few different computers in order for the transactions to go through. It's much more safe and secure for you. And some people hear that you have to wait for the computers to verify it for it to go through. But how long do some like transactions take for verification with banks? You get those notifications, sometimes it's 24 hours, or as much as 24 hours is like the amount that I've ever seen, the largest amount of time that I've ever seen. But I think the longest I've waited to move some of my Bitcoin was like 10 minutes. You know, like I said, you're just moving numbers from one place to another. Now, our little blockchain database here, it does a few different things. So it has a few different jobs. It secures transaction record entries. It also controls the creation of additional digital coin records, and it verifies the transfer of coin ownership from place to place or person to person. Cryptocurrency and how it moves eliminates all of the issues that we could have run into when we were trying to move around our money or use our money in our bank accounts or on our credit card. At the end of the day, I said all of that to say that cryptocurrency is a digital asset that allows you to make transactions the same way you would with regular money, but with less hassle and more security. The biggest thing that makes cryptocurrency unique is that most cryptocurrencies are decentralized, which means that they work outside of the restrictions and confines of banks and governments. So if you didn't know or understand what cryptocurrency was, I really hope that this information helps you. Now, since it is One-on-One Wednesday, let's go ahead and give some shout outs to new YouTube subscribers to the channel. Welcome to the family. I am extremely happy to have you guys. And to the new followers on TradingView. If you guys are not following me on TradingView and Instagram, you should, because you're missing out on a few things. But thank you to all of the new subscribers. I absolutely appreciate it. And if you are a new subscriber and you actually caught this video, go ahead and leave a comment below. I'd like to say hi. Like I was saying, thanks for subscribing, you guys. I do every now and then shout out trade ideas and things like that on my TradingView. So if you're not following me, please do look in the description section below. But as always, I hope you guys got some value from the video. If you did, go ahead and hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe so that you don't miss out on what's next. And if you think that others can get some value from this information, go ahead and share it on social media, okay? And please, please, please comment below. Let me know what you guys think. And let me know if there are any other topics that you guys would like to see me do on the channel. Because at the end of the day, this channel is for you and I, okay? When you guys give me new topics, especially things I don't know about, I learn something new in the process of trying to share it with you, okay? So I hope you guys are having an awesome and productive day. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.